Well, hello. My name's Kieran Siemens. This is my inky world, and it's another new day with another new drawing. What are we going to draw? What are we going to create? Today's vision, today's inky mess might be the greatest drawing ever in history. Oh, you non-believers, this could be the one. This could be the drawing that sets the world on fire. The same way that one day Leonardo did his paintings. And one day he thought, well, it's not so nice. It's not so pretty. And then 100 years later, bang! It was everywhere. Maybe today's the day. Let's see how beautiful today's drawing is. This way. Well, hello, and welcome back to another inky day where we are going to draw, we are going to have fun, and we are just going to enjoy whatever comes from the pen today. And we have no idea what's going to come. That's the great part about it. We have no idea. So we're just going to start off with a line. Start! Stop worrying about what it's going to be and what you're going to draw and all these questions about how do you know, Kieran? How do you know? Well, I don't know. I just put down a little mess and then I think, you know what? That kind of looks like a... And then I just draw something and just have fun with it. I think too many questions are, what if? What if it goes wrong? What happens if this happens? What happens if I start off drawing a monkey and I end up with an elephant? Well, then that's the way the paper was calling you, you know? Go for it. Go with it. Just enjoy it. Just chill. Chill, baby, chill. And we're just gonna find where this drawing is, you know? This could be the greatest drawing. It might be a load of rubbish. It might go straight in the bin. But if you worry about that side of it, you'll never get anywhere. I'm going to start off with some eyes, just to kind of give me a character to think about. And also, a lot of people have been asking about, sometimes you're afraid to kind of start. Well, if you start and you start in the same type of way every time, you might end up drawing the same thing every time. And that's a very common problem, If you start off every day by drawing ears, then you'll start off drawing ears. And the chances are you'll get good at drawing a certain type of ear and you'll end up exactly repeating the same thing. If you draw circles every morning, you'll start off drawing the same circle, and the same shape and the same little lines and the same patterns. Then stop doing it. Draw big ears. If you draw the same thing every day, then you always draw short ears. Draw big ears. Just like that. And then you got to think, what has big ears? What can I do now? And by changing the dynamics of your drawing, will change the outcome of your drawing. So if you're drawing the same thing every day, and you seem to draw, and you just seem to end up drawing the same thing, change it. Now, I'm not quite sure what kind of beast this is, but since I was talking about ears, I've given him some big pointy ears. And I'm going to give him some little glasses, just because the fact that I love the idea of him having little spectacles. And again, by adding these little additions to your drawing, change the outcome, change the dynamics of it. Now I've done a pair of eyes and a pair of ears. I have no idea what the body's going to look like. Checking my cameras are moving. And we're going to take that line. I'm just going to do it all the way up. And sometimes it's just fun just to let something come from your mind, you know. Just let it loose. Just let something come out. And by doing that, like I said, it changes the dynamics. Teeth, I love drawing teeth, so it's more of an addiction than anything. And just by drawing something out, makes you feel better. And some kind of dog, I guess. Right, so what have we got here? What have we got going on? And again, don't be afraid just to put a line in, because it will turn out okay. Just kind of feel confidence with it. Okay. So he looks rather serious, doesn't he? So let's change the dynamics of this drawing. Okay, that pen's broken. What about this one? That looks fine. Let's try you. Let's get some fingers going on in there. You know, I'm sure, like I kind of joked a little bit at the beginning there about, you know, when Da Vinci sat down to do his masterpieces, he didn't sit down there to think, hey, you know what? I feel like doing a masterpiece today. You know, he basically sat down and thought, I'm going to do a drawing today. I'm going to do a painting today. And that's the way you should be thinking. You should be thinking only like that. You know, this might become my favorite drawing ever. And it might just become another drawing that I throw on the pile. But the point of the same for Da Vinci, it's like, enjoy it. Enjoy the drawing. Enjoy the process of the drawing. If you enjoy the process, then the drawing is already a kind of a success, you know. And that's a beautiful feeling, that. I do have this kind of, not a problem, but a way of drawing animals with hands. You know, it's that. And I don't even know why I've drawn a hand right in the middle of my drawing. It's like, this is the thing. That's what I'm saying. You try and set yourself up little challenges. You know, you've drawn a face. Okay, yeah, you're quite happy with the face. Yeah, that's cool. All right. So now what? Now what are you gonna do? And that's where the fun begins, when you have to think about what's next. And as you're drawing, you start thinking about all these little details that you could add. You could add some crazy kind of whiskers to him, you know. And this is all fun additions you add to your drawing. Kind of gives him a nice kind of edgy feeling. And the same there. I like the idea of it, there being some fur coming off there. Something crisp and then again it just kind of adds a lot of thought to what you're doing. As you're kind of going along, you're starting to think about him being a little bit of a hairy creature, and he's very, very serious, you know. And I think, right, I'm going to do that. Now, the only person that I know has a hand up like that are bass players. So maybe I can make him into a bass player. You know, bass players have always got that bump, 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 bump. So maybe I could make him into a bass player. That'd be kind of cool and funky, wouldn't it? And bass players also have that kind of very serious face, you know. So now all the best bass players are fretless bass players. You know what I'm talking about. Some of the kings of the bass, like Mick Karn. Mick Karn? Oh, man. He died of cancer a couple of years back. Oh my God, what a shock. He was the best. He just absolutely blew my mind. As a kid, I used to listen to all the Japan records, and I bought a bass guitar, and I was probably, I don't know, 15 or 17 or something like that. And I never got to actually learn it, but boy, I was good at acting, you know. Playing the records and bouncing around and getting the jive going, you know. And Mick Karn was definitely the center of the universe. And if you are into bass and you haven't heard of Mick Karn, why not? Go and buy, you know, go and even listen online. Go and listen to like Feta Funk or something like that, you know. Feta Funk. Blow your mind. And he used to play a wall bass. I'm just going to do my interpretation of a wall bass. It was like a big kind of huge, big, chunky, square head to it. Let's write wall on it. The best bass guitars on the planet. I mean, you can get guitars, bass guitars like Alembic and stuff like that are really cool, but nothing touches the sound of the wall bass. And I still, to this day, I still love listening to Mick Karn. Dallas Carr and bands like that. My God, they were good. And that's him kind of twanging away on the strings there. No frets on this one because it's a fretless. And that's him doing his. And I remember Mick Karn used to do this walk, kind of like he used to kind of slide across the stage. You know, you can see him in his big red suit. Go and look at like Oil on Canvas or something like that, and you'll see Mick Karn in his big red suit, and he'll just kind of slide across the whole length of the stage. It was like, wow, man. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So, definitely one of the best bass players ever. Ever, ever, ever. I mean, people have got, like, if you get into jazz, you can get Jaco Pastorius and people like that. And some of the pop stuff, like, you can get a fretless player like Pino Palladino and people like that. But you want something original? You want something that's going to make your ears just jump off your face? He was incredible. And I think it was 2011, I think he died of cancer. Rest in peace, Mick. And even to this day, you can still go online. You can still get people trying to work out what was he doing back then. What was he playing? How was he playing it? How did he play it? How did he make those sounds, you know? It's like you got people today going back and asking about how Jimi Hendrix made those sounds on his guitar. Well, people are doing the same with Mick Karn for the bass. It's like, how did you get that sound? How did you come up with that? Such an original way of playing. Ah, dear, 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 dear. Another one bites the dust. Another one bite the dust. There's a whole stack of broken nibs down here. Let's get. So this is some kind of coyote. That's a good word for him. He's a coyote bass player. And we'll even call him Coyote Mick after Mick Karn. In my mind, there isn't anybody who's more original than Mick Karn. I remember when Dallas Carr came out, it was just like Pete Murphy was the singer. That was it, Pete Murphy from Bauhaus. Pete Murphy was on vocals, and Mick Karn was on basically doing all the music. And I think the way that it worked out was that Mick actually went in and did all the music, and then when they were playing live, they would get people in to basically play all the Mick parts. I mean, how cool is that? How many people are as cool as that? They tried to do some later Japan albums with Rain Tree Crow, I think the album was. Again, Mick's playing on that was just superb, but I think it all got to a point of basically Sylvian put up all the money for it or something, and then he kind of took it and did his way with it, which was very sad. But so that's today's drawing. And don't limit yourself when you're drawing. Just draw whatever comes out. Some days they're beautiful. Some days they're incredible. Some days they just don't work. And then some days your mind is talking, and like today, and I'm just kind of drawing and talking, and but every day is special, and every day is original. Every day is unique. So I'm not going to get back to the point of just repeating the same day. I want to try and do something different every day. And hopefully, so far, we have been very, very, very successful in that journey. And if you are interested in hearing some original music, go and listen to anything with Mick Karn's name on it. I don't think they did an album, but I know that him and Midjure did a couple of singles. After a Fashion, I think it was called, back in the day. That's kind of not bad, you know. I'm going to have to go through and change all these nibs. All these nibs are starting to get a little bit beaten up. They've had too much roughness done to them. Look at the state of that nib. I have to change my nibs every couple of days. I have to go through and rechange them all. And it means I go through a lot of nibs and a lot of ink. And that's just part of the beauty of this. I love seeing inks just hitting the paper. Just exciting, really. And that is Mick, the Wolf, fretless bass playing, wall guitar hugging drawing for today. Cool. That was fun. So, let's frame this baby up. Where's my paintbrush? Let's use that one because I can't find my regular one. Why can't I find it? And we get some ink. Just frame it down there. Get a nice stage there for him. Lovely. So, that is today's drawing, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's got quite a nice feeling about it, I think, you know. Lovely. And you can imagine his feet going sliding across the stage like what Mick used to do. And that is today's drawing. I kind of like that. He's got that pose, hasn't he? Bump, 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 bump. Darken up down the bottom of that feet. Lovely. So, that is today's drawing. And thank you very much for being here. Ooh, careful. Thank you for today's drawing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for subscribing. Over there. Every day we do a drawing. Sometimes twice a day when I get a little bit of free time in between all my book illustrations. But that's today's drawing, and I kind of love the feeling of it. He looks so chilled out and relaxed. You have a relaxing day, and I will see you again tomorrow. See you there. Bye-bye.